Now that we have all three of the petition papers fully stained and dried, we're going to show you how to make different sigils for each. Now, if you don't remember, this one is the tea stain paper that has the chamomile and the herbs. This one has the coffee, which was just pure black coffee. And then this one was ash, which is basically my petition salt and a burnt petition that was added a few days beforehand. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the tea one, just because it's easier to start with one. And I'm going to show you 3 different ways to create sigils for these. If you would like to, you can also just add your own words to the petition, but this is just for symbols. So I'm going to be using a black Sharpie just for the video, but if you would like to, I created a video on how to make enchanted ink. This is just ink with a bit more intention into it, and you can use it just to write your sigils. And this sigil, I actually have a video on my channel on how to make, so if you would like to know what this sigil is specifically or different ways to make it, there's a video for that. This is a simple love and joy sigil, so if you want to attract any sort of love or joy, it's a good sigil for this. So if you would like to, you can create this sigil specifically for you, but I already have one that is for love and joy. Also on the back, since you do have 2 faces of this, you can write a specific sentence or a phrase that you want to apply to this petition. But once you have this petition, if you would like to attract it towards you, so attracting sort of self-love or self-joy to you, you would fold it at the middle and fold it towards you 3 times. And as you're folding it towards you, you want to seal it from both ends. You can say a intention as you're folding it, or just as you're creating this whole thing, you can just say your intentions or say your specific goal that you're looking for. And then you want to take it from the top and the bottom and turn it clockwise. So clockwise is going from the top to the right, anti-clockwise would be going from the top to the left. If you're doing it for yourself, you want to go this way. If you're doing it for someone else, or if it's something negative, you want to go to the left. Well, you just want to fold it 3 times towards you. And then since this is a pretty small petition, you can just have this on you, or you can burn it for other spells. There are multiple ways to add a petition to your practice, but that's just one way of doing it. And now let me show you how to do the same thing with the coffee paper and a bit different intention. So the next thing is the coffee stain paper. Now this is good for energy and success. It's also good if you would like to have anything that you want to remove from you. So if you want to cleanse yourself or do any sort of banishing, coffee stained paper is a good use for that. Also, I think this looks the most aesthetic just because it's a bit darker, but if you would like to, you can boil your ingredients and then you can have the petition into that. That'll make them darker, but it still has the same effects to it. Now for this petition, I'm not going to be using a sigil, I'm going to be using symbols. These are just basic symbols that anyone really is familiar with. So we're going to have money coming from the north, the south, the east, and the west. This is a simple money symbol. If you would like to attract any sort of financial success to you, you can just write this. Also, if you want to, you can add, say you want to do this for someone else, maybe you want to attract wealth for someone else or give them some abundance. You can have their name in the center, and then you can have the arrows pointed towards them. If you want to just expand their wealth or expand your money specifically, you can just have them pointed outwards. And instead of folding this is actually something that you can just put in the center of a spell. This is something that you can have a larger dish for. You can place the petition on it, and then you can have your candle burning in the center. So if you would like to use a candle for this, you could either use a red or purple for strength or luxury to attract that to you, or just attract that sort of energy towards you, or you can have a green one for growth or any sort of abundance towards you. What you would do with this is you could just dress the candle, and then you could add any sort of herbs over it, and then you could burn this completely. If your petition is still intact and it hasn't burned from the wax, you can just crumble this up into a pouch, and you can have that as a spell pouch, or you can just reburn this and have that used as it is. And the last one is the ash stain paper. Now you can see this barely has any sort of effect on it, but it still has the energies into it, and if you would like to, like I said, you can just boil it. That'll create a little bit darker of a stain with paper, but as long as the effect is still on there. Instead of using the sigils or the symbols like I did for the first two, this one is just going to be runes. So this is the most basic protection rune that I know. If you would like to, you can go advanced with it and create multiples of these, or you can look up the full alphabet and create multiple different things that maybe spell out protection or just spell out the specific thing that you're looking for. But this is the most basic protection rune. And then another rune that I know of is this one. This is the four corners walling yourself off, and then you are in the center being protected, or you just want to remove any sort of obstacles that would try to impede on your protection. And for this, I would suggest you have something that either you write this on a full petition, or you have this sort of on the paper that you're using, and then you burn this completely. I find that sigils and runes are best activated with fire. If you would like to anoint this with a certain oil, or you would like to place something over this to add to the petition, then you can. But I would suggest, if you are going to be using protection, specifically if you're going to be using sigils, then you go ahead and burn the paper. So that's 3 different ways you can use petition papers, and also 3 different petition papers. If you would like to know more about petition papers or anything to do with them, or different ways that you can go about manifesting with them, just leave it in the comments below and I'll make a video about that. Also, I'm going to be doing a video on each individual petition in a more advanced way, and also doing spells with each of these. So if you would like to see that, just subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to know anything else about witchcraft related content, just subscribe to my channel. Have a good day, night, life. Enjoy yourself and be happy.